And I want to show you what I've been able to accomplish using Adobe Portfolio to create what I think will be the next version of my website. What we'll do is we'll just click on this button, enter website. I've set this as the home page. Also, if someone gets lost, they type in the wrong URL, or let's say a page no longer exists, then it'll go back to this home page. So click enter website. This is my portfolio. I've got a link to my Instagram, so if you click that, that'll go away from this website, go to my Instagram. Then we've got a contact page. We'll click the contact page, and that's pretty much default based on what they've already provided. You can tweak it a little with the design. I've changed the fonts with this layout. I've got my name here, Cliff Johnston. So that's contact form. You just fill in the details. I currently have it set to my website's email, but you can change that within the settings. We'll go back to the portfolio page, which was that main one. And these aren't individual images. They actually open up into separate pages. If we go here, you can see we've got 2020, that's from this year's photos. We've got 2019 from last year's. And what we'll do is we'll just go to 2020 since that's the latest. And what I have done is I've actually uploaded each of these individual photos. I don't know how that's going to affect my plan. I'm not sure if it does, but so far I've got like quite a lot of photos on this portfolio website. It's been okay so far. And as you can see, you can scroll down, it'll just keep loading. We click on the first image here. By default, this background was white. You can change it to black. I've got a slight transparency on it. I think it's like 35%, so you can kind of see through it. If you use the arrow keys on your keyboard, then you go next image, next image, next image, keep scrolling through. I would like a way to be able to reduce the size of this image, or make it a maximum size of whatever. For some of these I haven't really edited in a way that can be viewed at full screen, of like really huge like this. Yeah, I think it scales up, which you then lose detail, and I'd like to set it so it doesn't do that. It looks nice at full screen, and some of these are so sharp that they do look really great. Here you can see there are other pages that you can go to. You can click here. This is the album for Lisa, and I've got a few photos in here. I do need to share more because I know I've got more photos of the various models. Looking for all the different sections. You can set some so that they have passwords if you want to restrict it to, let's say if you have a photo shoot of a wedding and you only want the people who have the password to access that page. So that's basically it. And here we are in the editing view of the page. And what we'll do is we'll just click here to pages. We'll click plus. Now this here that you're looking at, that page, that is a welcome page. To do that, you just click welcome, and then you've got one of these options that you can select from, whether your image or your text is centered. If it is on the left hand side, 50-50 like this one here. The second one is what I chose for my welcome page. You can go with whatever works for you. It just all depends. And we can always go click cancel. This is responsive, so we'll adjust based on the size of your screen, and you can even test it out. You can see it sort of resizing, and that's not something you have to worry about. It's all part of the code, but you do need to make sure that everything's still going to look good, like your text, the size of like that logo image I've got there. Still need to test that and tweak things a little. What I've got here, the main page, which is a portfolio. Now this is called a collection within Adobe Portfolio. Go to pages again, we'll click here, and then we select collection. And what they'll do is create a grid of subpages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, like what you see here. And rather than doing that, click cancel. This is what you'll see normally. You'll just see this. Forget about those other images, but you'll just see that. And then you click to add a page, either a Lightroom album synced to your Lightroom on your computer, or you can select a page. We select a page and go, yes, want it to be attached to that collection of pages. So yeah, we want to do that. And then we give it a name. We'll call this, I think we might already have one called test, but we'll just create this one called test as well. That'll load, and this is how you start building your web page. Now firstly, what I did with mine was I'd create some text. You can either go with a paragraph or you can change it to a header. I've chosen to go with this font. Subheader is different, and then paragraph here is some paragraph text. And then rather than being a header, we don't want it to be a header, we'll go to paragraph. I need to create a new line and then make sure that this is a header and that is paragraph. We've done that. Next thing we want to do is want to add in some photos. Now to do that, what I did was I would go here. You can either select an individual photo. You can select Lightroom, video, audio, button, embed. We've got all these options you can select from. See, there was even a contact form, but we're going to go with a photo grid. And this is where you can select upload files. Pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure you know what to do there. So you click that and then you just select the photos you want to upload. And then likewise, you've got Lightroom, which you can select the Lightroom album or collection you want to choose your photos from. But yeah, it's really as simple as that. But yeah, what you can do is, let's say I didn't really like this photo. It doesn't blend in well with everything else that's here. We can actually select from this part, go page, and then edit cover image. And this one should be right here. So it's right there in the previews. We can select, let's say, this one of Annie instead, and then it'll instantly change. Go back to the other one, but I was really happy with that. Really easy, really simple. I've shown you how to create a page, how to edit the preview image that you see here. That might do it. Yeah, I think that might do for the Adobe Portfolio. I'll get rid of this page first. So we're going to go delete. Yes, we want to delete that page. You don't have any way to add text or things to this page here. I wish you could. It gives you enough to customize it and get a pretty decent looking site. There are some things where I thought, okay, I'd like there to be a drop down menu for portfolio. Just like them to appear under here, so you can just jump straight to them if I'm on a different page. I mean, within pages, you can see that there's sub pages here under portfolio. You can turn some off so they, they're not visible. One sort of gripe with this is it's not very easy to remove a whole lot of photos. Let's say we want to edit this one. We'll click here, edit grid. This is where you can add photos, or if you want to delete them, you can just click this little circular X button. But if you want to delete lots of photos, and you've got a lot of photos, you're going to have to do a lot of clicking. Click, 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 click. I've already done that to get these separate albums. I had that original one. We'll go here, 2019 to 2020. You can go to this little sub menu option thing, duplicate page. So I duplicated it, created one for 2020, one for 2019. Then I had to delete all the photos that were from 2020 for the 2019 album, or delete all the photos that were from 2019 from the 2020 album. And one of those, which was, if you're deleting from the beginning up here, very easy, just click X, 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 and then everything sort of shuffles across. But if you're deleting from the bottom or anywhere in the middle, it's a nightmare, because all of these things reshuffle and go all over the place. Where you click the X button isn't always in the same place. Yeah, so it's a nightmare. But overall, pretty happy with it. Does a decent job, does a good job for what I want to do, which is just to set this up, have it there for people to look at, to think, I like Cliff's work. This portfolio looks really nice. Let's work with him. They click on the contact page and then they send me an email and we do business or do whatever, work together.